YouTube now. Red circle. Watching now. Velocity Courses and Coaching. All right, hello everyone. I want to welcome you to Velocity Courses and Coaching. I appreciate you guys being here, and I do believe you will enjoy the Double Down Challenge, changing your way of thinking with money. I'm going to make sure that the audio is working before I start fully. So bear with me for a second. This won't take very long. All right, let's see here. 4:37 p.m. Status bar notifications. Thursday. YouTube. YouTube. Group. Now. Red circle. Watch it now. All right, let's make sure my audio is good. YouTube. 36 minutes ago. YouTube. Now. Red circle. Watch it now. YouTube. All right. Video player. Now. Video player. Watch it now. Okay, good. Video player. Cast. Video player. Cast. Add to. Share. More actions. Double down. Previous video. Button. Red circle. Flash time. Dog. Phone. Good deal. You guys are hearing my phone speaking to me. I apologize about that. All right. So we are going to be talking about the Double Down Challenge and also understanding how to look at money in a different way. Let me ask you real quick before I get started. How many of you feel or know that you waste money all the time? Have you ever sit down to think about how much money that you throw out the window? When I'm talking throw out the window, I don't mean just grabbing your money and throwing it out the window. Because who does that, right? I mean, technically, if we're wasting our money that bad, then I guess we would be no worse off if that's what we was doing. The money that we waste is phenomenal. Phenomenal. And I'm not telling you that you're a bad person or how you need to manage your money, but let's face it. If you're here right now listening to this, then you are looking for a way to save money, a way that works, a way that disables you from wasting the money that we're going to show you how to invest into yourself today. And the way I'm going to show you, I'm also going to be talking about some things you can do to keep yourself from being able to just grab that money that you've been saving whenever you feel that you want it. Wasting money is nothing more than you and your brain playing a game with each other. And in one sector of the brain, it just wants to win, to make it okay for the reason you're about to spend that money. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter if it's wasting it on a movie that you've already seen 1,000 times, but you're going to go ahead and buy it anyways, or wasting money on a 12-pack of beer when really that's getting you nowhere, or wasting money on going to an, whatever that you might be doing. I'm sure you know what you waste your money on. So it's, I'm not able to tell you what you waste your money on because I don't know. I just know that if you're here, you agree that you waste some of your money. We all do, don't we? I did. Till I started using this. Me and a partner have been doing this for a little bit now. And we have done a great job. His quality is understanding money and all that. He likes it. My quality, my higher quality is giving it back to you guys as far as the education of it and the understanding and being on a podcast or video, something I enjoy, something he despises. He hates his voice, and he knows, he's like, I don't want nobody hearing my voice. I'm like, don't worry about it. We'll work this out. I'll do all the online stuff. You do all the graphs and the planning, and it'll work. It'll work out. 4:42 p.m. Thursday, March 14th. Right? Credit Karma. Now. Alert. New account on your TransUnion report. Press home to unlock. Button. Credit Karma. Now. Alert. New account on your Trans. Dot. Page 3 of 6. All right. So. Dot. Phone. 108 new items. Let's get started. 18% charge. 18% charge. I want to be very clear that you do not need to be rich or have a lot of money to be able to use this default system that we're sharing with you. Now, we have a course that's going to be getting published that goes into way more detail with other methods that you can use that will really, 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 really double up your money real fast. Here's something for you to think about. I bet you probably never thought that it's possible to invest money to yourself and make a profit. We're not going to be talking about that today, but if that's something that gets your attention or something you're interested in, you need to make sure you hit that subscribe button, because as soon as the course publishes, you're going to want to get enrolled into that. We have 4 different methods in that course that we show you on saving and finances and profits and all kinds of stuff. All kinds of stuff. We talk about several different online methods that don't work, why they don't work, what works, why does it work, most of all, how does it work. It's going to be an amazing course, guys. It really is. And there's going to be a lot of stuff in that course. All right. So let's get started. What I've done, the program that I'm trying to use is not working for some reason today. It's acting like the weather is here. Just mean and cruel. All right. So for this video, what I've done is on the screen share, you're going to see it on just a regular document with the numbers and stuff. Okay. At some point, I will put a link down in the description later on where you can download a better view of the chart. But it's still pretty easy to follow. So when I show you that, that's why it's on just a regular document. All right. Get up here to the button. Okay. Here's what we want. All right. So I'm just going to go through it real quick and tell you what you're seeing here. Week 1 is $10. Week 2 is $20. Week 3 is $40. Week 4 is $80. Monthly, $150. That's what you're seeing right now. I'm going to explain to you. Now, don't try to go ahead of me, okay? Trust me, you're going to want to hear all this. It's important. All right? When you start this, I don't want you to start at the same day that you're watching this. So if you're watching this and it's the middle of the month or whatever time you're watching this, you need to start this on the first day of the month, the first week of the month. All right? It makes it much easier to follow a calendar, to follow the schedule, and to be able to really understand the pattern in your mind. All right. We're going to work on them neurons up there in your head. Okay. I'm going to make it easy for you. Before I go through this, let's talk about where you're going to put the money. Now, I've got a safe sitting right beside me. Well, not sitting right beside me, but in the same room. It's got a keypad on it. It's got a key lock on it. You know, I could put money in there and it'd be fine. It'd be safe, right? But it'd be too easy for me to play that game, you know, where you got one sector of the brain saying, yes, you need to get that money out there and use it now, and the other sector saying no, and this is why. It always ends up with winning the game for coming up with the excuse of why you need to take that money. Right? We don't want that. You want to make sure wherever you're putting your finances, where you can't just grab it right away. Now, I tell people this. If for some reason, let's just say you've started the program, you're into it for a couple months, something happens where it's considered an emergency, a very serious emergency where you have no other options, as in no one to loan it to you, nowhere else to go to get it, then okay. But under general conditions, do not touch the money. Leave it alone. Okay? Put some of them, if you're going to put it in the same house with you, put them dye things in it with it. That way when you grab it, it'll, you know, bust all over your hands or something. No, I'm kidding. Here's a couple suggestions. Open up a new account at a bank, but at a bank that's not right down the road from you. Go to a bank that's 20, 30 miles from you. That's first option. If it's not right there by you, you're not just going to run to it and get the money, right? That's one option. The second option is there's a couple, and some people are really optimistic about this, but there's a couple online banks that you can do where they'll send you a card and then you just go to Walmart or Kroger and buy a green dot and load the money on that green dot card and then load that money from the green dot to the Ready Debit. It's called My Ready Debit. You could look it up. The cool thing is you can put the money on it, and if you go to take money out, they charge you like $2. So it gives you a good reason why not to touch it. You don't want to touch it. So you got that option, or you can get a safe deposit box, right? At the bank or you know, something like that. I was trying to remember if post offices had those, but I think they only have the mailboxes. I don't think you can get a safe. I don't think. I don't know, but check, you know, if that's what you want to do. I would say just do the card. Okay. I'm actually going to be switching to that because in my next, well, not next video, but in one of my upcoming videos, I want to be able to show you guys what I've been able to accumulate or save with some of these programs. So with it online, I can just show it to you. I can show you the numbers. Makes a big difference when you can see the numbers, but you're going to see how easy this works out. Okay? But don't touch the money. Leave it, leave it, leave it. Spending money is so easy to do. Coming up with the excuses why you had to do it so easy to do. And saving it can be so complicated. No one's perfect. Not me, not you, no one. But this will teach you to be perfect at saving. It will help you get rid of the bad habits of just spending because you got it to spend. I want you to think about something. Think down the road. Maybe you got kids. Maybe you don't. But think down the road if something big ever happened in the world where you really had to have money to get by. This would help you do that. Now, there's advantages, and then we'll get started here. There's advantages to online banking, and there's advantages to you just finding a safe somewhere and putting the cash in it. The online advantage, it makes it easier to put the money on. You don't got to leave. You don't got to go nowhere. The disadvantage is if something big ever happened, not saying it ever would, but, the grid or something like that ever went kapoof or some crazy disaster happened, you're not going to be able to touch none of that money. You might have thousands and thousands of dollars and can't touch it. So think wisely and think carefully. Okay? All right. And do not start until the first day, the first week of the month. If you're looking at the time right now when this video just started, then you'd be talking the 1st of April. That's when you're going to start doing it. So, week 1, you're going to drop $10 in. Not much, right? Little $10. Week 2, you're going to double down. You're going to drop $20 in. Okay? Week 3, you're going to drop $40 in. Week 4, you're going to double down. $80. At the end of that month, your first month, you will have saved $150. It's not a lot of money. But this first program or method isn't about it being a lot of money. It's more about helping you learn to save and manage. Right? If we went any smaller, and don't do that. Don't do that just because you don't want to spend the money and be like, well, I'll take a little bit out of this, but don't start out with $5 or $2 and double up off that, because the numbers at the end of the month, you're just going to be like, oh, whatever. With this, $150 is a lot of money, right? Now, in our course, there are 3 other programs that you can use. I'm going to give you one more, just in case you want to double down bigger. So after your first month, you could do this. Instead of 10, you'll put 20. Week 2, you'll put 40 because you're doubling down from the first week where you put 20. Week 3, you'll put 80 because of week 2, instead of 20, you double down and put 40. And on week 3, you're going to double down and put 80. Week 4, instead of 80, you're going to double down and put 150. Because in week 3, you would put $80. Right? At the 3rd month, you will have saved that 150 plus your 2nd month. Just to help you out. Maybe, if you're like me, math is something that's fun, but it's also going to be a pain for somebody or for some people. All right, so let's do this. We're going to say that week 4 is the 150. So we're going to do 150 plus 80 for that 3rd week. Okay. Alexa, what is 150 plus 80?
150 plus 80 equals 230.
All right, that's 230. Okay. Plus 40. That brings it to 270. And then 20 for that first week, that brings it to 290. Alexa, what is 290 plus 150?
290 plus 150 equals 440.
On your 3rd month, that is where you'll be. Over $400 in just 3 months. It's not bad. Now you add that up for a year. If you go with that same plan. Okay, now you can play around with it. If you're financially stable and you can afford it, you can play around with it and double down even more if you want. I really suggest, instead of you just being crazy with it, if you really want to see how you can invest into yourself and actually profit from it, wait for the course to come out, because we have some really good stuff that we share with you, and we break everything down really, really well to help you really understand it. See, a lot of people, it's why it makes it so easy for them to spend money, is because they're not good with money or at understanding money the way that they really should if they want to benefit from it. I'm not perfect. Okay. Money is a very powerful thing, and it's like a force field that, it's so easy for the money to get the best of you, right? But once you get the best of it, it's a beautiful thing. A beautiful, beautiful thing. Once you learn to get the upper hand over money and finances, you're going to be a very happy person. You'll be laying your head down at night knowing that for the first time in your life, you've been able to save money, and you're going to bed knowing that you've got hundreds of dollars being saved and being invested into yourself. Here's something that's really going to get your attention. I got a couple things. If you want to, go more advanced, hit the subscribe button, because when we publish this new course coming up, we are going to be diving into some really, really good stuff. One of them is our partnership investment plan. Okay. Not with us. You're not partnering with me or nobody else. Your partner is going to, if you have somebody that maybe you're wanting to go into a business with, or, maybe you and that person just wants to save to be able to do things, go on trips, blah, blah, blah. You'll want that course. Okay. So wait for it to publish and listen, because we're going to show you how that you and another person can invest into each other and really make a big profit. I hope this really helped you guys out. If you got any questions, contact info is in the description down below. Try this out. You won't regret it. Be listening for more videos. We're going to talk more on this same method that I just went over on some regular podcasts. Just to go over it more with people so they can understand. All right. Try it. You won't regret it.